Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? Here we are today, midweek. Coppa Italia is back. Coppa Italia is back. It's the competition that we always forget about until you have to play the Coppa Italia. But you know, it's an important competition. I think Inzaghi is going to be an important competition, and for this Inter team, this new Inter team, where the winning mentality, we're trying to win every single match. This is an important competition, and of course, we're gonna talk about this transfer news, all that kind of stuff. And it's not gonna be a long one, so get your comments in pretty quick and your questions in pretty quick if you have any. But the regulars in the house, Game Man's in the house. Namaste, Mr. Game Man's. Eduardo, no preview announcement. Oh, sorry. I mean, it should have announced it, because when I set the on StreamYard, when I set the schedule, it should announce it, but maybe because I only set it like 10 minutes ago, maybe that's why you didn't get a announcement. So it's kind of a little spontaneous one. What's up, Erdian? Emiliano, what's up, brother? Matteo, what's up, brother? Zizo, what's up, man? We in the house, baby. 15 people. Make sure you're leaving a thumbs up as soon as you're joining in. What shall we start off with? Shall we start off with the Empoli Coppa Italia, or shall we start off with transfer news? There's nothing too exciting to talk about transfer news wise, but it's definitely interesting because there's more outgoing, really, more than incoming. And as I was expecting this January, I've been telling you guys for in the lead up to this, that I know that you guys ask me a lot about transfer news. It's always the most interesting thing to talk about, but honestly, this Inter team at the moment, I'm not seeing too much happening. But maybe now that these players are starting to leave, there's some gaps in the squad. So maybe there's something to talk about soon incoming as well. All right, everyone's saying Inter transfer news. Okay, transfer news. Seems like no midfield replacement with a week to go in the market. Yeah, I mean, we're the 18th. The transfer window ends on the 31st, is it? So, not long left, and not much has happened really on the incoming wise, but you never know. Beppe and Ausilio might be cooking. Erdian also says transfers. And Noor in the house as well. Hello, who do you think is the best striker that Inter should get for next season? We need a young, pacey number 9. Well, if you want a young, pacey number 9, I guess that guy is Julian Alvarez, the River Plate boy. If that's what you want, if you want a young, pacey number 9, that looks like that's what Alvarez offers you. But for me, I've said it since the moment we saw Lukaku. I said we should go. We should go for Vlahovic. That's my guy. I think maybe he's not the ready article yet, but he's pretty much already, mentality-wise, already, one of the. I just love the guy's mentality. He's hungry. He wants to be elite, and he already is. I mean, the number he's putting up already for the second season now is already elite. I didn't believe in the one season wonder talks when it came to Vlahovic. He just looked the real deal to me, and he's proving it again this season. He's got that. Of course, as I know, that probably might not be realistic in our current financial situation, but at the end of the day, that's what happened when Suning didn't reinvest the money. They only reinvested 50 million of the 160, 70, 80 million that we sold Lukaku and Hakimi for. But if you ask me who the guy is Vlahovic. If it's not Vlahovic, then who do you look to? Then maybe you look towards these Scamacas. You look in at these Alvarez's. But again, I think when you go to Scamacca and Iago Alvarez, you can't expect that instant impact. In my opinion, you're still talking about guys that need time to improve. They need time. They can't expect them to come in and bang goals. And we're having issues with our strikers converting chances. Lautaro, Dzeko. In general, all of our strikers are not lethal. I don't know how lethal, Scamacca and Julian Alvarez really are. We're yet to see. So, yeah, for me, those are the names that really come to mind, Noor, when it comes to the number 9 for next season. And that probably should be I know yesterday I released a video. If you haven't checked it out, about Dybala. I got excited because the more I read into it, the more I actually was convinced that Inter are going to make an attempt. I'm not saying Inter are going to sign him, but Inter they're making an attempt, as Marotta's pretty much confirmed. But I don't think that should be the priority, really. It should be the guy that, Dzeko came in. Dzeko was the makeshift Lukaku replacement. We know he's just here for a year. Maybe he can give us another year next season. Let's see how he holds up physically. But he's not the answer long term. So we need the long-term guy that's going to be our guy up front next to Lautaro, whether Lautaro stays or not, or whether you sell Lautaro or not. But there has to be the big number 9. I think that should be the priority, to be honest, ahead of someone like Dybala, who is, would be nice. It would be nice, as I said. I guess he's a luxury player that would be adding to the team, like the Alexis Sanchez, like Doucouré. Doucouré is a luxury player, really, because he hasn't really lived up. He comes clutch here and there, but he's a luxury player, really, isn't he? Marvel Lawson in the house. Bonjour, bonsoir from my friend. Stephen Atwood in the house. Finally, Sensi gets to play. Yeah, let's talk about on the outgoing. So if you follow this channel for a while, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I am a massive Stefano Sensi fan. However, over the last year or so, I've jumped off the Sensi train, the hype train. I was even at the beginning of this season when he looked like he was coming back in. He started the first match of the season. He looked good in that second striker role even. But I said, like, until this guy gives me 5-6 matches in a row without getting injured, I'm not going to get hyped again. And he didn't. Not even that. I think he didn't give it like 2 matches in a row this season. I think that Sampdoria match when he came on as a substitute and then also came off again like 20 minutes afterwards, getting injured. I think that was the end of Inzaghi's trust in him. And some of the substitute appearances that he's had since then as well, he's not really set the world alight. So it looks like Stefano Sensi, according to all the reports now, is pretty much agreed. It's not official yet, but he is going to Sampdoria. Initially, I wasn't too happy about it because I was like, Sampdoria, D'Aversa, the coach that Sampdoria had, I don't know if he's been sacked yet or not, but he's going to be sacked for Gianpaolo. But if it was going to be D'Aversa, he plays a basic 4-4-2, sometimes 3-5-2, but not attacking football, not possession based. It's a lot of Candreva and Inshallah at the moment, or Gabbiadini at the moment stepping up for them, but not good football. It wouldn't have made sense to me for Sensi to go there. But now, if it's true that Marco Giampaolo is coming in, Il Maestro Giampaolo, the guy who got fired from AC Milan a couple of seasons back, he plays primarily a 4-3-1-2, one of the few guys around in modern football that plays the 4-4-2 diamond formation. Not many people play that anymore. He is a possession-based coach that likes to play nice football. So now Stefano Sensi going there makes a lot more sense. The hope is, with Inter, there's no option to buy in there for Sensi, for Sampdoria. It's a straight up 6-month loan until the end of the season. That means that Inter, gonna get him back and see how he does. And there's only pluses really for Inter. For Inter right now, it's not like we're losing anything. Sensi has provided virtually 0 minutes this season. Actually, let me just bring up his stats. Let's see how many actually minutes he's giving us this season, which is virtually nothing. So Inter are not losing out. I mean, he's there for us. And some of us, we always mention him like, oh yeah, you could bring on Sensi in the second half. You never know. You could play Sensi against these weaker teams. But in reality, when it comes to Inzaghi making the decisions, he has always opted against playing Sensi or even giving him charity minutes. So he's at, oh wait, this is Champions League stats. How do I get the, Serie A. So in Serie A, he's got 8% of the minutes and only 5% of the time he's been in the starting 11. And I'm guessing that was the first match. So that was it. And 9 appearances. Yeah, just literally charity minutes. Look at his value over the years. When we bought him on Transfermarkt, 16.2 million in June 2019, and now he's valued at 7 million. Highest value, 27 million. Yeah, and that was, by that time, October, that's when his career pretty much ended. By the end of September 2019, August 2019, September 2019, this guy was probably the best midfielder in Serie A for those 2 months on the Conte, Sensi, Brozovic, Barella midfield. We were dreaming. It was like, wow, what a midfield. And it just hasn't worked out for him. A lot of it is not his fault. It's injury-wise, there's not much he can do. But, is he not taking care of himself outside of football? Is he not? I don't know what it is. Is he just unlucky? Is he just fragile? We won't know. This is what this loan is for. Is it Inter's training methods that are not suited to him? Is it, the environment? I don't know what it is. Is it, Milan, life in Milan? Maybe goes to Genoa, much quieter, calm city. Just focus down on football. Let's see. So that's what we're finding out. Stefano Sensi, I still have faith in you. Like, he's 26 years old. Make something happen. Take advantage of this loan spell at Sampdoria. Good luck, young Stefano, my young prince. See you soon in the summer, hopefully, after providing 10, 15 appearances for Sampdoria, maybe 1 or 2 goals, 1 or 2 man of the match performances, and he could become useful for Inter once again. And if not, if he doesn't, then if he at least plays, then his value at least goes up again. At least we can start asking for actual money for this guy, because no one's going to pay any money for this guy for the amount of injuries he's had. So we shall see. I think it's a good move for him and for Inter and for Sampdoria. Quality midfielder being added. They haven't really got a very technical midfield, so it's a good addition for them. What's up, Liam? The game man's asking if we sell Sensi and Vecino, who we replace with? We need cover. Yeah, I'll get onto that in a minute. There's been some baffling rumors when it comes to the replacement for those 2 guys. Lorenzo says if you sell Sensi, we'll replace him with Casadei and Sangalli. Yeah, but I think they're just talking in terms of those 2 youth players will come in as the squad, so they will put him in the team sheet, or the squad for the day, for the match day. I doubt those 2 will get any minutes. We saw Casadei got some charity minutes, was it against Empoli, was it, for a while back? But they'll be part of the squad, because with Vecino with Sensi leaving, there's this gap in the squad to fill. So one of these youth players will fill it, and if Vecino leaves, the Sangalli will probably fill the other one. But I doubt they will get any minutes at all. They will just be there to fill up the squad, and as soon as the replacement comes in, it is what it is. Inzaghi is not really known to be a youth player, coach. Even at Lazio, I've been told he never really gave anyone a chance from the youth team. Nicky GT Nicky G CT is really excited about Dybala. Let's see what happens. I mean, of course, that's not going to be for January. That's going to happen in the summer, or as the season is going on. There's going to be talks going on, because now he's officially allowed to talk to anyone, Dybala, because he's his contract is expiring. But I don't expect any developments on the Dybala front if it happens anytime soon, to be honest. Miso hates Inter. Yeah, I mean, he seems like he hates everyone at the moment. I think he was a Juve fan growing up, but he's fired a lot of shots at Juve as well. Even though the Chiesa deal in the end was pretty favorable for Juve. It was like, a 2-year loan, 40 million, which is, pretty favorable to Juve in the end for what was their star player at that time for Fiorentina. But, in the end, the more time goes on, the more Vlahovic has the leverage, because by the end of this season, he will have 1 year left on the contract. So do they want him to leave on a free, or do they actually want to get some money? But at the same time, they're also talking about that Vlahovic is asking for a lot of money. Yeah, I've read about the agreement with Juve, but Juve, where are they getting the money from? So it's I think it's to me, I'll probably see Vlahovic is probably going to go to the Premier League, or if Dortmund sell Haaland, I could see Dortmund, just plugging, Vlahovic into the Haaland spot if he leaves. So I really see him going abroad, to be honest with it. Apparently he's asking for a lot of money wages wise, and apparently his agent's also asking for a lot of moolah commission wise. So I'd rather him go abroad, to be honest. I definitely don't want to see him go to Juve. Dzeko 1 goal in 12 games. Ooh, damn. Is that how long it's been for Dzeko scoring? Damn, didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, Correa, we knew the guy before when we signed him. I knew, we know the guy's, he's never even put up double figures in his whole career. So we're expecting him to improve. And I was surprised when he scored those, at the beginning of the season, he scored 4 goals. But yeah, in general, our strike force, we knew that coming into the season is not the most clinical strike force, but we're still the top scoring team in Italy. So imagine what we could do if we actually had, striking power. Yeah, look at that. Last 3 Serie A games are forward, 0 goals. Yeah, not good, is it? Not good. Vlahovic probably go to Juve. Yeah, I mean, you guys, I think you're giving up too quickly on Vlahovic. I'm not saying Inter will get him, but I don't think Juve will get him. I think he'll go abroad, in my opinion. Well, you can't offer an 18-month loan with the obligation because Vlahovic only has 2 years left. Well, he's only got 1.5 year left on his contract, so you can't offer. You can only do that kind of deal if he has an extra year after that left on the contract, or he has to sign an extension. Then you can do that. But Vlahovic says they've pretty much confirmed that he's not signing the extension. Yeah, definitely. There's going to be a big rebuilding job, not just the striking position, with Vecino leaving, with Vidal leaving, Kolarov leaving. There's going to be. Let's see what happens with Dzeko, with Sanchez. There's going to be, as I said in my previous video, there's going to be some rejuvenation of the squad coming in for sure. Yeah, I mean, Lukaku, as we said, I would take him back, but it's definitely not financially possible. His wages are ridiculous, and Chelsea usually don't give any gifts. So yeah, going back to the Vecino and Sensi rumors. Sensi is pretty much leaving, and Vecino. So Vecino, they're talking about Lazio. And to replay if the Vecino thing happens, they're talking about, as Alexander mentioned, Morten Thorsby, the Norwegian midfielder, plays for Sampdoria. This is a really weird rumor because he does not strike me as Inter quality at all. He's really a functional midfielder. He's the best way to describe him, I would say, is a Norwegian Marwan Fellaini. I would describe him as. That's how I would describe him as. Physical, gets into the box, really good heading, really, wins a lot of headers. He's a great threat in the air, scores headers, solid, puts in tackles, covers a lot of ground. I think he's up there with Brozovic in terms of kilometers covered. But the problem is, so first of all, Vecino going to Lazio is a problem because they have the liquidity index issues. So they actually have to sell someone. So it depends if Vedat Murici first leaves for CSKA Moscow, and which is going to be a miracle, first of all, if that actually happens. Lazio getting some money for the 30-year-old. I think he's the biggest fraud I've ever seen in football. Like, this guy, I don't know, like the worst player I think I've seen in Serie A, Murici. Sorry, it's any Albanians in the house or Kosovans in the house, but I do not rate the guy. But yeah, if they manage to sell him, then they could finally bring someone in. Inter's apparently ready to let him go for 2 to 3 million this month. They could even drop their asking price in order to get his wages off the books. So we shall see what happens with that. Apparently Sarri is a big fan of him. But yeah, Morten Thorsby, I guess it could be I guess I can see that why they're saying Morten Thorsby, because he would be like a Vecino, like a aerial threat midfielder that gets into the box. But honestly, I don't want Morten Thorsby in my club. I mean, it's good for if you want to go carbon neutral as a club. So Morten Thorsby, he wears. Actually, let me search this up. I remember it was something funny he said. He wears the number 2, which is already. Why are you wearing number 2 as a midfielder? It's a sacrilege. There's a reason. It was like a very eco-friendly reason. Was it number 2? Wait, there's this article on The Guardian that I've pulled up. Let me see if it says why he's wearing the number 2. But it was something relating to like being carbon neutral or something like that. They call him the Greta Thunberg of football. He's really. It was something about pushing, the climate emergency. Like, he's an activist when it comes to global warming and stuff like that. What does it say? Wait, let me search it. It was something quite funny. Do it. Let me try to search it in Italian. Oh no, wait, that came up there, didn't it? 2 for climate change awareness. We will wear the number 2 this shirt this season to raise awareness about climate change, with the digit representing long-term temperature goal of the Paris Agreement. That's the one. Yeah. So yeah, if we're trying to go, fully carbon neutral and environmentally friendly, trying to get the Greater Thunberg fans on board with us, then yeah, get Morten Thorsby. But apart from that, that does not excite me one bit. But I guess you just need to get someone in numerically. I guess if you just in case injuries happen, you can't get rid of 2 midfielders and not bring anyone in. Stefano Sensi, September 2019 to November 2019, the GOAT. Yeah, I don't think it even was until November. It literally was. I think it was literally like August till October, because it literally was that beginning of the period of the season, and then he got injured quite early on. I think it was Juve in October, and then that's it. He was just in and out of the team. I mean, ideally, it would be someone like a Frattesi coming in, but Sassuolo are not going to let Frattesi go in January, and we're not going to pay any money in January. We're going to try to loan. They wouldn't loan him. It would be someone like Frattesi you can do in the summer. So the Nandes, we talked about Nandes in the summer. He was the constant link. Even Inzaghi mentioned Nandes by name, but Nandes, there was that issue with him being linked to this court case in Uruguay about physically abusing his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or something. And ever since then, I've seen the rumors completely die down, quite rightly. So I don't think that is happening anymore. So it probably will be one of these surprise midfield options. I've also seen Castrovilli being linked to Fiorentina. He's not a starter anymore at Fiorentina. So that could be a decent option. But again, I don't think we should look too much into it. I think he would be just a makeshift option that you were just bringing in as a substitute for those two leaving. Ben is still mad from the last game. Well, why are you still mad, bro? I mean, Atalanta away. I don't think we should be too mad. I know we missed chances and stuff, but Atalanta also had their chances. So overall, and especially what happened after in the Milan game, I'm completely fine with getting a draw. In fact, we gained the point at the end of the day. Against compared to Milan, so I wouldn't be too mad, bro. Tom says Sensi is a rare L for Marotta and current management. Injury project were clear to see within the first season. Shouldn't have spent the 20 million to redeem him. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, you could say that. But at the same time, you could see the problems, but at the same time, you're like, Conte. We had Pintus on board at the time. You're like, okay, we've analyzed this guy's body, his metabolism, all this kind of stuff. Maybe we can, and they did. Apparently, they did try to create a personalized plan for him in the second season. But it's just sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I don't know if that option to buy was I'm pretty sure it was an obligation to buy. So I'm not sure how much we could have backed out of that deal. But I would have taken. I said at the time that I would have taken the gamble on Sensi. But I guess in retrospect now he is an L. But he still has time to turn it around. He still has time to turn it around. But you probably are right, Tom. I thought and said at the same time, even though I'm a huge fan of the guy as a player. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. In the end, it probably is an L, but he still has time to turn it around. It's not like we're talking about a 35-year-old. He's a 26-year-old who's got time to turn it around. But at the same time, if this Sampdoria loans thing goes wrong, guys, I wouldn't even be surprised if he retires, to be honest. I know it sounds crazy or like far-fetched, but the amount of injuries this guy's got already and the fact that it seems to have affected him mentally quite a lot. Like we've seen what happens with Jack Wilshere. I know he's not retired, but like clubs are just avoiding him like the plague. He can't even get a contract anywhere and then, affects mentally. Like he said, he went through depression as well. So I wouldn't even be surprised, since he doesn't look like the strongest, mentally the strongest guy as well. Thorsby is kind to the plant and mean on the field, gets a lot of red cards. Yeah, he is a bit of a hothead on the field. Does some dirty tackles. But yeah, like if he comes in, I wouldn't expect much from him at all. Yeah, I think that was it in terms of transfer news. Oh yeah, of course, last one. Martin Satriano has left officially to Stade Brest. Grow up if you're laughing. He's joined Agume, who's also been out there on loan. He's been playing a lot, so hopefully, Ligue 1, slightly less lesser quality, you could say, overall in the league. Hopefully, they need a striker. Maybe he'll get some more playing time. That's what we want with him. Playing time. Give the boy playing time, and I'm sure he'll do well. He's a guy who I've got more expectation than most Primavera guys. I usually don't have much expectation from a lot of our Primavera boys, but Satriano looks, I don't know if he's into quality, but he does look like he's going to be, a good quality player. Moving on to the Empoli match tomorrow, not going to be talking about it long, to be honest. As some of you guys have mentioned, maybe it could be Radu time, and all the predicted lineups have Radu in the starting lineup. So, and Inzaghi over the years at Lazio was pretty happy with rotating the keepers quite a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if it is Radu. This Tutto Mercato web has Handanovic starting, D'Ambrosio, De Vrij, Ranocchia, Darmian, Sensi, Vidal, Gagliardini, Di Marco, Martinez, Correa. And both of them actually have Martinez and Correa starting. So I'm guessing the Tucu, the Cola partnership is going to be tomorrow. So we're going to see that, and I'm excited for that. I do like that partnership. Pianeta Empoli, which is an Empoli fan website, they have Radu starting here. So yeah, I hope to see Radu, to be honest. Last year we didn't even get to see him until right at the end. Conte surprisingly didn't even start him in the Coppa Italia matches, but I think Inzaghi will start Radu. We should see D'Ambrosio, I think, continuing, resting Skriniar. Midfield is the interesting one, I think. At the back line, we'll see. I think we need definitely someone left-footed. We can't have three right-footers in there. I think Di Marco, maybe even Kolarov or Bastoni even, starting in there. Sensi, I doubt he's going to start. If the Empoli thing, the Sampdoria thing is true, I doubt they risk starting him. So I think Vecino might get it, starting Vecino as kind of that showcase, showing to clubs like, look, this guy is still decent quality, come, are you interested in Matthias Vecino still? There's also talks of, I think Brozovic is suspended for tomorrow. So I've been worried about Ranocchia. Ranocchia is good enough for these types of games now. He's shown that he was good enough against Napoli. He was completely kept Osimhen quiet. But who's going to be the regista? So in these, we're seeing, Gagliardini, we're seeing Vidal, but I've also seen in Italian media, they're talking about Barella playing there. And we saw that Barella's been kind of the vice Brozovic. But honestly, start Kolarov joke, lol. Yeah, I don't even trust Kolarov in these types of games, to be honest, anymore. Alexander says Ranocchia over De Vrij. At the moment, in the form that De Vrij is in, you probably could say that's true. But yeah, I definitely don't want to see Gagliardini as being the regista. Please, no. You could put Vidal in there. If you really need to play Sensi, you could put him there, and maybe if you want to play Barella, play him for 50-60 minutes there. But yeah, it's good that we rotate. Sanchez, Correa. We need a goal from these boys. It's going to be Tucu and Lautaro, to be honest. But yeah, I would like to see Sanchez and Correa. That's the partnership I've said I want to see from the beginning at some point. Rotate Brozo and Barella. Yeah, I think Brozovic is suspended, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure Brozovic is suspended for tomorrow. Because I read that earlier somewhere. But yeah, not much to say. I just hope we win. But it's not a big deal if we don't win. The season is getting very busy at the moment. But Empoli also look like they're playing their second string team, so that gives me confidence that we should be able to put the Empoli second string team apart, like second goalkeeper for them, Viti Romagnoli. Their midfield, apart from Bandinelli, that's not their starter midfield. Bairami starts for them a lot, but Cutrone is not a starter most of the time. Not much to say about Empoli's team, although they've been a nice team to watch, but this is not the team that I've been watching most of the season. Ricci's not there. Our boy Pinamonti's not there. I mean, he might get some minutes and he might even start, but I wouldn't be too worried about Pinamonti, although you always know that goal of the ex-Inter player is always something to watch out for. Viti is someone we've also been linked with recently, young centre-back, so keep an eye out for Viti if you watch the match tomorrow. Stojanovic is actually a guy I've liked this season, Slovenian baller. I've had him in my fantasy team quite a bit, Serie A fantasy, so keep an eye out for him. Interesting. Bayrami is also a guy I like. Yeah, not much to talk about Empoli's team apart from that. Just whoever we play, I think we should win, to be honest. Gerard says Radu, D'Ambrosio, Ranocchia, Bastoni, Darmian, Gagliardini, Brozo, Vecino, Di Marco, Correa, Sanchez. Yeah, I like that. I like that team. Di Marco definitely needs to start. He's not been getting some minutes recently. So yeah, definitely I want to see Di Marco get the full 90 minutes, whether it's at left wing back or left centre back. Yeah, you could do that. Start Bastoni and then move Di Marco there in the second half. So rest Bastoni in the second half. And then you can, put one of maybe the Primavera players there, whoever, or you put, you can even give Perisic some minutes, but actually, I'd rather rest Perisic fully for the full 90 minutes. Don't want Kola to play more than 70 either. Yeah. I think Correa, if you can get 90 minutes, that would be good to get Correa 90 minutes in his legs because he's been, slowly being reintegrated after his injury. Brozo, Barella, and Lautaro all have 4 yellows. If not now, they could miss the Milan and Napoli games if they're not careful. Yeah, they need to be on that moment now where they need to start being a bit careful with their tackles for sure. Expectations, Tuku and Alexis goals, reality, D'Ambrosio, Ranocchia from set pieces. Yeah. And some Zanotti for red. Yeah, that's the boy that got sorry, it wasn't the other guys, was it? It wasn't Casadei that got the debut, it was Zanotti that got the debut last time around. But yeah, even him, if we're ahead, give him some minutes. I don't think we're gonna rotate as heavily as these lineups predict. I think Inzaghi, he's shown this season he has kept like a core of the starters a lot of the time. But yeah, I think prediction wise, I'm gonna go for 3-1 victory for Inter. I'm gonna go, Tuku goal. Come on, Tuku, man. I see a lot of doubt creeping in for Tuku, quite rightly, by the way. Quite rightly, a lot of doubt creeping in about Tuku, but he needs to start showing why Inzaghi wanted him so bad. And then, one of the guys from the back will score, Ranocchia, De Vrij or D'Ambrosio, back post goal. And then, Gagliardini or Vidal, one midfield goal as well. So that's what I'm going with. 3-1 victory. Let's see what you guys are saying. Kolarov, don't forget Kolarov. I'd rather forget Kolarov. I'll go with 2-0. Matthias says 2-0. Yeah, that's nice. That would be nice. Perfect. 3-0 would be perfect as well. 3-0 Inter. White Suburban kid. Nice. Matteo says Lautaro X2. Yeah, actually, it would be nice to get Lautaro goal. Stat pad goal for Lautaro. That would be good to get his confidence back up. Sean says 2-0. Alexis, Di Marco, Cutrone, Gerard. Yeah, I think one jammy goal from like a Cutrone or someone like that. Maybe Pinamonti. Second half penalty. 5-1, the game man says. I don't see that. If we're rotating a lot, I don't see the team being particularly fluid. Ben says 3-0. Yeah, I like that. I like the 3-0 result. Zizo says 1-0. Nah, I think I see more than 1-0. 3-2. Wow, big scoring match from Huizo. How come you're worried about this game, Noor? I mean, I guess you could say that probably this Inter team might underestimate this match, maybe not take it seriously. So I can understand the worry for this match. By the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. I think if we lose this match, the focus, as I said, is the Scudetto first, is the focus, and then of course the Champions League match with Liverpool, and then Coppa Italia now will be a bonus. Yeah, I think I see Pinamonti scoring if Empoli do score. 3-0, Lukaku cashes in money in bank, invades the pitch and scores. I'm gonna try to thank Conte for the Scudetto tomorrow. We tired, man. Yeah, I mean, we've had a busy period recently as well. The Atalanta match was very intense, but at the same time, we've coming from a 2-week rest or 3-week rest actually, because we had an extended rest because of the Bologna match being cancelled. Make sure you are smashing on the like button, guys. that is pretty much it from me today. Going for a 3-1 victory. Yeah, Ahmad, you're going with my prediction. Tom says he's switching on some Barclays action for another Lukaku stinker. Nah, I'm not going to be watching tonight. I'm going to be chilling out. I'm watching some Cobra Kai on Netflix at the moment currently. Need to switch off. Been watching too much football recently. These two games are warm-ups for Milan, Napoli, and Liverpool. Yeah, and of course the Venezia upcoming match as well. And of course, yesterday, grazie. Tiagone Motta yesterday, last-minute goal. The Milan tears, the Milanisti tears have been beautiful. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in on this Empoli Inter preview and the transfer market news. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow as usual for match reaction. Ciao ragazzi. Forza Inter.